Welcome to Battle of the Partners, where we take expert partners and turn them into rivals over an 8-board challenge. This episode features Irish international teammates Tom Hanlon and John Carroll. In 2004, Tom became Ireland's youngest ever Grandmaster, and he has over 50 national titles to his name, including winning the Camrose 7 times, the Lederer twice, the Gold Cup and Crockfords. Both Tom and John were part of the Irish team that won a silver medal at the European Championships in 2006 and reached the semi-finals of the World Teams Championship in 2012.
Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 17. I've got a nice 17 count. Partners open the bidding, which is great. 3 low hearts is bad, but I'm going to start with what looks like an obvious double and see where that takes us. So 2 no trump. I have a nice hand, but I don't see much future in slam with partners' hearts positioned so badly and no definite fit. So I'm going to be somewhat conservative and just bid a gentle 3 no trump. Let's see now if I've done the right thing. Well, I'm certainly right to be out of slam, but 3 no trump looks reasonably safe. 1, 2, 3, 3 diamond tricks, 2 club tricks 5, a heart 6, 2 spades 8, and a number of possibilities for a 9 trick. So to start with, I'll be ducking this. See what they do next. Okay. So the 8 switches could be too small. Could be singleton, top and nothing. Now I can duck this and let West win. And then he'll have an easy exit of a low club, leaving me to my devices. Alternatively, I can go ace of clubs and then queen of clubs. And if West has the 10 of clubs, he now has to either duck and let me hold the trick, or if he wins, he's awkwardly placed. So he's awkwardly placed in that if he returns a diamond, that would give me an extra trick. If he returned a club, I'd have a free finesse. And if he returned a spade, that would open up the spade suit for me. I'm going to play for the club to be offside. And play a second club and hope that that works well for me. Okay. He hasn't continued clubs, so I'm inclined to place him with 5 clubs, king 10 to 5 clubs, a singleton heart, the spades, which looks if my ambition was to make more than 9 tricks, I would think about going jack here and hoping to make a 10th trick, maybe even an 11th trick in the end game. If I'm playing imps and trying to find my safest way to 9 tricks, could be right to duck this, beat East's card, and play a low spade back towards the jack. That would work quite well for me. Either the Queen of Spades would be in the west hand, or East would win a possible doubleton Queen of Spades. And the next card he played would be very helpful to me. And if East had a third spade, it would mean the spades were 3-3, and that would be my 9th trick. So I think playing imps, I'm going to go for the slightly more cautious line. Winning the first spade in dummy and playing a low one back towards. Okay, that's interesting. He played a low, and then his second spade is the 7. Actually looks like the spades are 3-3. Yeah. Now we know that West has 3 spades and a singleton heart, and 4 or 5 clubs and 4 or 5 diamonds. It looks like I'm going to squeeze him in clubs and diamonds. And if it happens, I know it's not possible on this deal, but if East happened to have 4 diamonds along with his 6 hearts, he would be squeezed. That's my clubs are good now, and I've got a claim.
Always a bit of excitement when you pick up 17 points and partner opens the bidding, but as the auction developed, John had to temper any ambitions in that direction. By the way, guys, it's nice for me to be introducing players who pronounce the word auction the same way I do. Because they played the challenge straight after one another, John stayed on the Zoom to watch Tom play the hands. We've left the video of him live during Tom's hands so that you can watch him looking impassive whilst inwardly willing his opponent to make a catastrophic decision.
Okay, here we have a nice looking hand. 17 points, partners open the bidding. 2 heart overcall, showing weak 2 in hearts. So it looks like I'll be definitely going to at least game. My heart holding is not very attractive, but we're going to start off with a negative double to see what partner can bid no trump, bid spades, bid diamonds, and just see what develops. So this is a hand we'll just start off with double, because to bid any suit on our own would need to have at least 5 of the suits. So a double takes into account a lot of different possibilities. So a negative double, partner bids 2 no trump, okay, which is non-forcing. So we'll have usually less than 14 points, 14 or less points. So now the possibility of slam is begin to decrease. But we're obviously going to go to game. So we want to make sure that partner is happy to play in no trump, or whether they've happen to have another suit, or so we'll start with 3 hearts, which is just a general force. So partner bids 3 no trump, which to me would probably have to be the final contract. Partner's got an average of 13 points with 17 with no long suit. We're going to play it in 3 no trump. So here we're in the right contract. Partner's got, as we expected, got a weak no trump with 12 points. has nice little heart stoppers. We know the hearts, the way they're lying. The king of hearts is going to be from king queen, almost certainly going to be to 6 hearts. So we're going to, like whatever, if the continue hearts, we're going to get a second heart trick. If the switch a suit, it's going to help us pick up another suit. So we're going to start off by ducking the first heart. So switch to diamond. Okay, so we're going to just play the 8 of diamonds, and hopefully that will take the jack, but it's probably likely to take the 9. Then switch to the 6. If it's from a doubleton, it means it could be jack 9 to 4 over here. So we'll try and be a bit deceptive and win with the king. So now we have a club finesse that we could take. If it loses, it sets up to jack of clubs, and the West won't or shouldn't have another heart to return. So it's going to be safe to lose a club to the West hand. So we've lost to the king, and we get a club back. And we win with the ace. Now this is, we have so many tricks that we have. We know we have 3 diamond tricks. We know we have 2 club tricks is 5. We know we have a heart trick is 6, and we have 2 spade tricks are 7 and 8. Now a good way to, almost certainly to guarantee 9 tricks is by now playing ace of spades and another spade. If the queen is on side, in front of the jack, well, the jack, if they play low, the jack will win. If we play low, ace of spades and low to the jack, and it loses to the queen, they're going to be end played. If they have, the only way they can get out on a safe exit is with a spade, which makes it quite likely that the spades are 3-3 and gives us an extra trick. But playing a diamond, we'll pick up the diamond for us. Playing a club into the jack 9, we'll pick up the club for us, and a heart is into our ace jack. So to absolutely guarantee 9 tricks, this is going to be the safest way to do it. And we'll play another spade, 7, and we'll play jack. So we lost to the queen. We get another spade back, and the spades were 3-3. Okay, so that was easy way of making 9 tricks. But now an extra trick, just because we like to get imps. So we know that the East has got 6 hearts and 3 spades. That's 9 cards. They're left with 4 cards. Okay, so the diamonds are unlikely to break, and the 10 of clubs falls. We have an extra club trick, but if it doesn't, we have a definite squeeze on West here by cashing the 8 of spades. West is going to get into all sorts of trouble to pitch the diamond. We can pitch a heart because we know the hearts are not going to be good, and it's West that we want to squeeze, so we pitch the jack of hearts. Now we could play a diamond. Now, so if East follows, we got 2 diamond tricks. If he doesn't follow, well, he did follow, but it didn't really matter because if West was basically squeezed on the spade, he had to pitch either a diamond or a club, and he's pitched in his diamonds because he's now holding on to his club. So we can claim the rest of the tricks because we know we've got. So we make +1 in an easy fashion without risking our contract, even though there could have been a play of the cards that could have left us in trouble.
Started the same way. Club 2 hearts overcalled. Double was the obvious bid. The robot rebid 2 no trump. And I just raised to 3 no trump, and I was interested in Tom's 3 heart bid. What was your thinking, Tom?
Well, I think it was just to, just to confirm the game force, to double check my partner had a stopper.
Okay.
Even though 2 no trump should show a stopper, sometimes it might be a bit stuck with 3 low hearts or jack to 3 hearts and bid 2 no trump. Like, what would you do with 3-3-3-4, like in 13 points or something?
Yeah.
you're very likely to bid 2-0 trump because it's the less of all lies. And so I just wanted to double check that that there was an actual hard stopper. Also, just in case that they might be able to find an alternative contract, but it was just basically to show game force, just to you know.
That was a good bit. It kept the ball in court. Yeah, I felt I had a lot unsaid by just raising to 3-0 trump. As it turns out, it was the right contract. But anyhow, the robot decided to defend differently against you for whatever reason. At my table, I took the king of hearts and he switched to a club.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I went ace of clubs, queen of clubs, again, hoping to put them in and in the hope that they do something helpful to me. And they switched to spades. So we ended up in a sort of similar kind of situation in that played one round of spades and then I also played a spade to the jack. Same thinking as you, that they either have to now do something helpful to me or the spades will be 3-3. I thought it was interesting at your table because when he switches to the diamond, he actually sets up a second round finesse when it goes 6 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, queen of diamonds. On another day, you could decide to later run the 10 of diamonds.
If I had less information and was trying to get an extra trick, I could easily do that.
Yeah.
But I knew I was pretty much 100% just to play it the way it is.
Ace under spade was a pretty much 100% line. Yeah.
I like Tom's 3-heart bid too. No harm to ask partner if they're sure about their stop when you have 3 small in the opponent's 6-card suit. Great explanation of the whole thought process from Tom too. You can tell that that's a man who's used to coaching. Plus 430 at both tables then, and all square after board 1. Board 2 contained very little of interest, and both players made 10 tricks in diamonds, so still no swing as we go into board 3.
Okay, so first in hand, favourable vulnerability of a nice hand, 5-4-3-1 shape, which I always like. And I have a 15 count, so it looks kind of unbalanced. I'm going to start bidding my suits. Start with 1 club. Partner bids 1 heart. Not completely unexpected. I'll continue showing my suits. Okay. Now I have an interesting decision. Looking at my methods, I've still only shown 3 clubs in this sequence. Where with other partners, I would have already shown an unbalanced pattern. So I think my priority with this hand should be to show my shape first before focusing on the stopper and diamonds. Okay, so partners now bid 3 diamonds naturally. 4 plus hearts, 4 plus diamonds. I have extras, but I don't really have any way of showing them other than going beyond 3-0 trump. So I think I've good hand, but I don't think my extras warrant going above 3-0 trump on what looks like a misfitting hand. So I'm just going to settle for 3-0 trump and see what happens. Okay, partner 6 hearts. Okay, so the lead hasn't hurt me, but it hasn't helped me. On top, I've got 3 diamonds, 2 clubs is 5, a heart 6, and a spade 7. And I have a number of options for an 8th and a 9th trick. So I could play for clubs 3-3, which would give me 2 extra tricks immediately. I could play on clubs to develop at least my 8 tricks, so at least one extra trick, provided they're not 5-1. Alternatively, I could go after hearts and hope for the king of hearts on side and a 3-3 break, which would give me 10 tricks more. I think on this hand, it looks right to go after clubs first. Good chance of setting up at least my 8th trick in that suit. And hopefully I can duck this trick into West and see what West does. So the 2 of diamonds would be helpful to know. Is that discouraging or was that count? With a count, diamond could be 3-3, which would be useful. I'm going to duck this to keep my entries fluid mainly. I expect a heart switch now if the hearts are... Oh. Looks like I should win this in hand. And test the clubs. So is that the right thing to do, or could there be something better? Should I win the king of diamonds and preserve my ace of diamonds entry? The danger in that is if I later on take a heart finesse, I could strand my ace of hearts. Having said that, if I win it at hand and have to give up a club, they can switch a spade, and I'm at I have a similar problem in that my communication is not great on this hand. However, it would be nice to know how the diamonds break. Before I commit myself in the heart suit. So, seems to me I could win king of diamonds and play a diamond to the ace. Now, if they break, I can play ace, king, other club and set up my 9th trick if clubs are 4-2. Well, if I win in hand and set up the clubs, and they win and come a heart through, I will have lost my entry to the 4th diamond. Okay. Looks like I'm going to win this in dummy and find out how the diamonds are breaking before I have to commit myself. Okay, so clubs are going to be 3-3 or 4-2. Okay. So now I can set up the 4th club, but before I do that, I'm going to cash the ace of diamonds. So now I know they're 3-3, so I'm going to set up my 4th club, and I'm going to refuse the heart finesse, I think. Yeah. Cash the ace of hearts, 6 of diamonds. I'm just, yeah, I concede the rest. Okay, that could have been awkward if they'd switched the heart earlier, or if I hadn't tested the diamonds before setting up the club. Hopefully now Tom is playing online poker and watching the golf at the same time and has lapses in concentration like that.
Seems very likely we'll have the same contract at the other table again, but there are some interesting decisions to be made in the play. Let's see whether Tom takes the same approach, or whether John's hoped-for distractions take him down a different path.
So, okay, board 3, we open one club, partner bids a heart. I have an unbalanced hand, so I just bid a spade to show my 4 spades. Partner bids 2 diamonds, which is 4 suit forcing, 13 plus points, so we're in a game forcing situation. Now I want to show my shape a little bit. So 3 diamonds is sort of semi-natural for me here. Ideally, it would be a 4-4-4-1 shape or a 5-4-4 shape, but here I don't want to bid no trumps, because if we belong in no trumps, I want my partner to play it. If my partner can't bid 3 no trump over 3 diamonds, I may not want to play no trumps. Again, I have a very quite a shapely hand, quite a very strong hand with all aces and 3 aces and a king. So I very suited orientated and very possibly slam orientated if we had a club fit. So I'm sort of thinking between 3 clubs and 3 diamonds. Now, bidding 3 diamonds when I haven't opened 1 diamond would imply I should have this type of hand, because my style would be with four clubs and 4 diamonds would be to open a diamond. So I think I should be emphasizing that I have 5 clubs and 4 spades by bidding 3 diamonds. But I've quite a strong hand, potential hand. If I thought for a second my partner had 4 clubs and would be really interested in a slam when partner's got, a game forcing hand, when I could have had, 12 points with loads of queens and jacks. And this is a very, very high potential hand for making a slam with a fit. So I think I would bid 3 diamonds, or will I? I will bid. I'll start with 3 diamonds. It emphasizes my clubs. Now, this has made me regret. Well, I don't know if I regret. I described my hand pretty well. I'm just concerned that we could have slam on, but I don't see how I can unilaterally just move and bid 4 clubs myself. I may have got this wrong. I'm worried now that we have slam on clubs, but can I legitimately bid 4 clubs? Would that not show a better hand? Then again, I suppose I haven't jumped to 2 spades over 1 heart. My sort of bridge sense is making me concerned that we are missing a slam. I haven't opened 1 diamond. Partner knows I've clubs, knows I've spades. Partner's probably just longish in hearts and is more worried about playing 4 hearts. So I really feel I can't move over 3 no trump, even though I am worried that we could make a slam in clubs. So I'm going to pass. Okay, so we definitely did not make a slam in clubs, so that was a good start. Now, what am I worried about here? I have to make my contract. Okay, they've let a club, which is my long suit. It's one of the suits I'm probably going to have to develop. So I've on top, let's count our top tricks. 3 diamonds, 2 clubs is 5, a heart and a spade. The clubs are 3-3, I have 9 tricks. If they're 4-2, well, I have to try and develop a club trick. I've obviously got a heart suit, which could be a potential for tricks, but if the heart finesse is wrong, I need them to be 3-3 and not to have lost some tricks by then. So I think the best opening position I can take is to duck the opening lead, and let's see, they might switch something good for me. So I would duck the opening lead. Now, unless he's been a sneaky lad, the Jack of Clubs lead usually denies the Queen. So if West has got the Queen, it means that the clubs are breaking no worse than 4-2, because unless, of course, it's Singleton Jack, but that's not likely. So we're going to see now what's going to happen on the next trick. So we've switched to diamond. Okay, not unexpected. So where do we want to win this? What suits do we want to develop? What entries do we need to protect? Seems sensible to me to keep the entries flexible. So I'm intending on winning this in my hand, and let's see how the clubs are breaking. I get rid of the 7 of diamonds because I always like to unblock these sort of cards in case something ridiculous happens later on, and where I could be able to finesse the 5 or 6. It's not a likely scenario, but it's always good technique when you're untangling suits, just to make the entries aren't messed up. So let's see how the clubs are playing. So the 9 of clubs, well, that could be a very nice card for us if he started with Jack 10-9, because he didn't put in the 8. So there's a possibility that the clubs could be breaking. So we're going to see that now. So it looks like the clubs, oh, that was unfortunate. But what can we do? We're going to set up our club trick. So now we've been put under a small bit of pressure. So again, we've lost 2 tricks. It's no panic yet. There's been a very telling heart discard on by East. So it looks like, and on the switch, it looks like the hearts are are not breaking too kindly for us. Now, if I don't take the heart finesse, I may never get another chance to play it. But if I do take the heart finesse, well, East can, if East wins with the king, he can make my life a lot more complicated. So I'm going to duck this, and hoping that they'll continue another one. He doesn't know my hand is hidden. So now he's played another heart, which is good for me. Now I can guarantee myself 9 tricks. How? Because there's been a heart discarded here, and there's 2 hearts gone on the previous trick. That's three hearts. I was only missing 6. So if I stick in, I can stick in the Queen of Hearts now, just in case he did have the switch from the Jack, from the King. It'll give me an extra trick, but it doesn't matter. If the Queen loses to the King, my 8 of hearts is eventually going to be good. So now I'm going to guarantee making my contract. So I stick in the Queen, as I thought, lose to the. And again, because I was lucky enough to have my heart suit hidden, they weren't able to defend to the maximum potential. Now, I know I could have got an extra trick if the diamonds broke, and that was going to be probably my very final effort to make the contract. But I know now my 7 of clubs is good, and I can pitch a diamond, which it looks like maybe they were breaking all along. The war, so it was very hard for me to get on this. So now my 2 hearts are very good. So I probably have lost an imp to my challenger, because I'm sure he made +1. But I'm playing imps. I made my contract. Hearts were 3-3, diamonds were 3-3. I got an unusual lead of a club with a suit I'd shown. Again, even though I was very tempted to move for slam there, it just shows you that a partner can have a totally different hand. So you can't view every hand with the rose-tinted glasses, which is probably a fault of mine.
We had a slightly different option. I was worried that the system that the robots are playing, that the one club opening is only a 3-card suit. Even when you rebid one spade, it's still only a 3-card suit. So over 2 diamonds, I bid 3 clubs to show 5. But I thought your point about 3 diamonds was interesting.
Yeah, well, again, I had this exact same thinking. I was worried that I hadn't shown an unbalanced hand in the system we're playing. But I think 3 diamonds has to emphasize the unbalanced nature of the hand. It's because in the system it's natural. And I would have opened 1 diamond with 4 diamonds and 4 clubs, and I wanted to show just a short heart more than anything else as well, to let partner decide more about the contract. Okay. I don't think there's any way when I bid 3 diamonds that I can have a balanced hand, because I could bid hearts over 2 diamonds. I could bid 2 hearts.
Yeah. Yes.
I think I've pretty much established, or I bid 2-0 trump with 2 small hearts and 4-4-3-2 or something, if I wanted to. But I think once I bid 3 diamonds, I must have an unbalanced hand, or certainly it felt like that. But I think both our methods were basically approaching it the same way,
Yeah, with quite good hands. Felt like there was slam potential. But initially it did. Over my 3 clubs, my partner bid 3 diamonds, which was showing the natural 3 diamonds, natural 4-card suit.
Yeah.
So I was less interested in slam after that.
No, completely. Yeah, you were totally. Yeah. Maybe 3 clubs is a better bid. I don't know.
3 diamonds is a better bid if it shows 3 diamonds and 5 clubs.
Yeah, well,
again, is a good treatment. Yeah. If you're opening 1 diamond with 4-4, that's the.
Well, I think that's
natural inference.
That's certainly the way I would have learned how to play, and it's certainly the way to play. I would have thought most players, top players, would play is opening 1 diamond with 4-4 in the minors.
Okay, the play was, I think, more interesting at my table than your table, because I played it from the south hand.
Of course, yeah. I definitely played it from the better side, or the luckier side. I'm just going through your play at the moment. So you got the lead of Jack of Diamonds, okay. So again, it's hard to know what suit you want to play on, but you're certainly going to probably play on clubs.
Yeah, it seemed the sort of the thing to do. So it was West won the first round of clubs and switched to diamond.
All right. Okay. So now
continue diamonds.
Now you have a much more interesting problem than I had.
Yeah.
A lot scarier, because they're getting at your entries a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to be able to test clubs, test diamonds, and test hearts.
Yes.
And even spades. They could all provide the extra tricks that you need to make your contract.
Yeah.
But now when you win the diamond and dummy, you can obviously see the potential problem that can happen. So let's continue.
So the problem I had was that if clubs were 4-2, if I won the diamond in hand and clubs were 4-2, and I set up my 4th club, they now switch a heart. It's probably much of a muchness, actually. I can afford to take the heart finesse and.
Yeah, but now you found a very good play. I think by cashing your ace of diamonds.
Yeah.
A lot of it doesn't look clear, but I like that play. It's at least you found out straight away if the diamonds were breaking. The way they've played their diamond pips as well. The 9 has been played over here. You managed to Jack 10. there's a good chance they are breaking. So, and at least you wouldn't have to guess. If you played another club and they switch to heart, you're going to get cut off from your diamond when they are breaking.
Exactly, yes.
So it's going to take away your entry. So even though you're potentially setting up a winner for them, you have to do it to find out where you're at and find out whether you're going to have to take a heart finesse after you set up the long club. So now once you've done that, you knew your contract was safe by just giving them a club trick, and you're going to get 4 diamonds, 3 clubs, and 2 aces on top.
Which is what happened, yeah.
Some interesting differences of play resulting from declaring the hand the other way up. The opponent's ability to see the heart position makes a big difference. Still no difference in score, though. Let's see if board 4 can separate them.
Okay, so 4th in hand, game all. The 14 counts. Like a normal 1 spade opening. Simple raise, 7 to 10. I have a nice hand, but I don't think it's worth a game try, so I'm passing that out. Game is very unlikely, but possible. It looks like I've got 2 potential club losers, potential diamond loser, and some potential trump losers. So the goal is 8 tricks. It looks like I have 2 diamonds. Ace, king, queen of hearts. If I don't lose one of them to a ruff, would be 5. And then that would mean I need 3 trump tricks, or 2 trump tricks and a club trick. Looks like I want to start drawing trumps as soon as possible, but I have a couple of decisions to make as to how best to do that. So I have a choice of winning the first heart and dummy and playing a spade immediately to the king, which would be bad if it lost to a singleton ace. Now, if there's a singleton ace offside, it would mean the east hand has queen, jack, 10, 6 of spades. So the one card he wouldn't play when I play the 7, 8, or 9 is the 6. So if he plays that, he doesn't have the holding I'm worried about. So I'm going to get trumps going straight away by winning a dummy. Okay, I'm not worried about him having queen, jack, 10, 6. So I'm going to play king of spades. That's maybe good news or bad news. Nothing better to do at this stage other than hope to 3-2. It's looking good. The 3 of clubs, what is that? Is that... Well, he certainly took it as encouraging. Bad news now is I'm making a lot of tricks. We let the 9 of hearts, then followed with the 7. Sounds to me like they are 4-2. What do I know about East's hand? He had ace 10 of the spade. Looks like jack 10 to 4 hearts. And I don't know what he had in clubs. Dealer has the ace of clubs and the queen, jack of spades. I don't know an awful lot about where the queen of diamonds is. Cash the ace of hearts just in case they're 3-3. Not. I have a choice here now. I could take a diamond finesse, or I could play for a red suit squeeze. I would need East to have 4 diamonds, or queen 10 of diamonds. That would give him ace 10 other, jack 10 to 4. I don't feel very strongly about that, and I'm just going to take Simple diamond finesse. Okay, and that's a claim. Fortunately, that was a relatively easy 10 tricks, so hopefully Tom isn't feeling aggressive in the other room. He plays them well, so he likes to bid them up, but hopefully he doesn't do it on that hand.
It would be very aggressive to make a try with the south hand, but if Tom does make a move, North might accept with their decent 9 count. Whatever the level of the contract, though, some very interesting choices to be made around the line of play.
So here, the bad 5-card spade suit, so I have an opening bid, is king, king. If we have a spade fit, I could be interested in game because I've nice controls, so we start with a spade. Partner bids 2 spades, simple raise. I don't have enough for game. Partner shown 6 to 9 points probably. A good convention here to play is, I don't know if it's in the system here, is a convention called jury, whereas a passed hand you could bid 2 clubs to say, partner, I have a good spade raise with 9 to 11 points. Are you interested in game? But here, it doesn't matter. Partner, even playing with very limited system, partner hasn't been able to do 3 spades, so there's going to be should be no game on, so I'm going to pass. So 9 of hearts lead. Now again we have partner's a hand where with 9 of hearts lead, it could be from 9 Doubleton, which would mean that they're might continue to play hearts to get a ruff. I would like to win in dummy to play on trumps, but I would like to, if I win in dummy and the spade is wrong and they play another heart and they play a spade and they get in and they play another heart, it'll get roughed, and I lose my discard at a later date. So tricks I could lose. I could lose 3 spade tricks or 4, but I certainly could lose 3 even with a 3-2 break if the ace is offside. I can lose 2 club tricks, which is 5. I have a potential diamond loser. Again, I'm playing him, so I want to make my contract. My entries are not great to be able to lead spades up towards my hand on enough occasions. Do I cross the dummy and lead a spade to the king? It's a tricky enough hand. I have several options. I know given the hand, I don't have to get any roughs in dummy or in my hand, so you certainly will focus on this type of hand where you've got potential heart tricks and diamond tricks is to attack trumps as soon as possible. And normally in this type of situation, you would want to lead a spade, a trump towards your king. But in this particular situation, it's not quite as clear because by doing so, by winning in dummy with this trick or crossing to dummy with a diamond, is using up an entry, which makes your playing the spade suit a little bit more narrow. So even if the spades, if I win in dummy, I have no prospect of getting that 4th heart to pitch a diamond. Probably, I feel at the table it's right to win the heart in my hand. Again, so the 4s come up, so it still looks like a 9 Doubleton 9, 9-8 Doubleton or 9-7 Doubleton, so I'm going to win the heart. I'm going to start with a low spade out of my hand, just see what happens. So the queen, that's a very telling card. So the queen, so the ace of clubs will now, at least that was a doubles on side for me, so now my contract is in a lot less jeopardy than it was. Now the 7 of hearts. Well, now I can afford to win this in my hand because my entry situation has now been resolved. I can now cross to a club, because I don't believe that I'm going to run into any roughs because I'm missing 9 of them starting. So now I'm going to play a spade. Now the ace of spades has popped up. So this queen jack is the queen jack 10, but now the 10 comes out. Now I have a interesting situation. So I win with the 10. So it's gone. That's what information do we have? It's gone 3 passes around to me. So neither of my opponents has an opening bid. My left-hand opponent has shown up Queen Jack of Spades and Ace of Clubs, 7 points. My right-hand opponent has shown up with the Jack of Hearts, presumably, and the Ace of Spades is 5 points. So I still don't know what the situation is in the diamond suit, where the queen is. I know that the hearts is not likely to give me an extra trick, but at least my contract is secure now. I'm basically trying to make 10 tricks now. The diamond pitch is quite telling. Unlikely to be from queen to 3 diamonds. So let's play another spade. What's the worst that can happen? Now the Jack of Clubs, that's another card that's come out. So I'm now getting ready to, and another diamond. Very interesting. So now they've only got 4 diamonds between them. So I am looking. Let's just check to make sure the hearts aren't 3-3, just in case they're false carding, because you know these robots. Now another diamond, but that's just made my life easy. Of course, unless there was queen 10 to 4 diamonds on my right, and but it's 3 gone, so that's not even. If they started with queen 10 to 4, because then I should have cashed my last spade, pitching a diamond from dummy, and the hand would have been squeezed. But I think I'm feeling confident that I'm making the rest of the tricks, and I do. So I can claim the tricks now because queen of diamonds is going to fall down. There it was, and I'm making 10 tricks. But it's not a hand you wanted to be in game with. You needed so many cards to be right. We played in a perfectly sound part score of 2 spades, and we were lucky enough to make 10 tricks. But
well, I think your opinion was similar to mine, Tom, that it was a nice hand, that a partner was inviting or showing any sort of interest in spades. We'd be certainly cooperating, but it wasn't worth a game try over a simple raise.
No, absolutely not. Your trump suit's terrible. You have no shortage. You've basically got a weak no trump. So how are you ever making game with a hand that shows 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 opposite a weak no trump? It's just not possible. Now, obviously, a very fortunate lie of cards.
Very.
You got the trumps breaking. You have the ace on side. You have the diamond queen on side. You have the ace of clubs on side.
Clubs on side, yeah.
Basically, you needed all these things to make 10 tricks.
Yeah. Not a game I'd want to be in.
No, the proper contract.
Except the way things lay.
Oh, yes.
Our play was slightly different. I actually won the first heart in dummy and played a spade.
Yeah.
Because just of the spade pips that we were missing, Queen Jack 10-6, I knew that the one sort of spade holding I was worried about, playing a spade to the king early, would have been a stiff ace offside. But I knew if the 6 of spades appeared in East, he couldn't have Queen Jack 10-6. So just a small thing. I just played a
absolutely
trick too.
Absolutely. And well, you saw my thought process on it as well. I said normally you would get to dummy to lead a spade up. But here it is slightly different because your entries are a bit skewed up.
So it looks like you've got entries, but it's just not that convenient. Yeah.
Well, also you the potential about the long heart.
Yeah.
You're giving up on that, because if you win the heart in your hand and they have a hard rough coming, at least you won't be wasting an honor when they're getting the rough. So the the long heart will come into play later on. That
for a diamond pitch.
That's why I decided it made it extremely close as to the line. So I think it's much of a muchness.
Not even a fleeting temptation to bid the game for Tom, and the scores are still locked at 0-0. Despite the similarity of the outcomes, though, we're getting lots of interesting hands and opportunities to watch the players think through the problems. We have to stop here or this video will be way too long, so we'll be back with 4 more good hands in part 2. I promise we will eventually prize these 2 apart on the scoreboard. If you'd like to pitch yourself against the experts and play the hands from future Battle of the Partners episodes before you watch the videos, there'll be a link in the description below each video that will allow you to upload the hands onto BBO and play them. The link will also be available on our website, newtricksbridge.club. We've made a short video showing you how to import the files into BBO and set up the table to play. If you like what we're doing and you'd like to help us do more of it, then please do head over to patreon.com/ntbridge and support our work. Thank you.